All right, we're about to go on a little linguistic detective story. And our main clue? It's one of the most common words you can possibly think of. Turns out, it's hiding a secret life right in plain sight.
No, I'm serious, think about it. How much hidden meaning, how much history, and maybe even purpose can be crammed into just a few letters? Well, as we're about to find out, the answer is a whole lot.
So, here's our subject. House. Seems pretty straightforward, you know? It's a word we all learn as kids. It feels solid, familiar, concrete. But let's dig a little deeper.
Okay, so this is what pops into all of our heads first, right? The noun. A physical thing, a structure, a place to live. This is kind of our home base for understanding the word.
And here's a perfect example. We can all picture that, no problem. This use of the word house is totally clear, direct, there's no confusion. But is that really all there is to it?
Come on, you know it's not. This is where our seemingly simple word starts to get interesting. It's got this dual identity, one that you probably use all the time without even thinking about it.
And here it is, the split personality. On the left, you've got the noun, pronounced with that soft S sound, house. But look at the right, it can also be a verb, and the sound actually changes to a buzzing Z sound, house. Go on, say them out loud. House, house. That tiny shift in sound unlocks a completely new meaning.
See, as a verb, to house isn't really about the building anymore. It's about the action of providing a home or a space for something. It's all about function, not just the physical form. In this sentence, the building isn't just a static object. It's actively doing something. It's housing that research center. It's performing an action. Same four letters, totally different job in the sentence.
So already, our simple little word has branched out. It's a noun for a place, a verb for an action. Heck, it's even a genre of music. But believe it or not, the word's biggest secret is still hiding in its dictionary entry.
If you look closely at the Wiktionary entry, tucked away almost like an afterthought, there's this single, fascinating sentence. It's a clue that connects this one little word to a huge idea about language itself.
There it is. It says it's on the Basic English 850 list. Okay, so what on earth does that mean? What is this list?
The key to this whole thing is that number, 850. This isn't just some random list of popular words. It's a carefully chosen, very deliberate system.
And this is what it's all about. Basic English was this project from the 1930s to create a simplified version of English for everybody in the world. The idea was that with just these 850 essential words, you could communicate pretty much any complex idea. It's like a universal starter kit for the language.
And that right there is the crucial point. Our word house wasn't just chosen because a lot of people say it. It was chosen because it was considered absolutely essential. It's one of the 850 foundational pillars of the English language, picked specifically for its power and its clarity.
And when you think about it, that makes total sense. Why was it chosen? Because the concept of a house, of a home, is something that every culture, every person, everywhere understands.
I mean, just look at that number, 101. That's how many different languages have an entry for the word house, just on Wiktionary. It shows you just how fundamental this idea is to all of us.
So it doesn't matter if you say casa or dumb or jip or bait, the core idea is understood instantly. The word house earned its spot on that super important list because it stands for a universal human experience.
So let's just recap this whole journey. We started with what we thought was just a simple word. Then we found its secret identity as a verb with a whole different sound. And finally, we uncovered its status as one of the 850 most essential words for global communication.
And that's really the big takeaway here. The words we use every single day, the ones that feel the most basic, are often the ones with the deepest, most powerful, and most intentional design behind them. They're not just words, they're tools, crafted for a purpose.
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? If a word like house has all of this hiding inside, what kind of secrets are waiting in words like water, or give, or you? The language we speak every day is like an undiscovered country. So what are you going to go find?